are you doing today? So today I want to talk to you about fiber. I think fiber is one of those things that we really kind of underestimate the value of fiber in our diet and kind of the impact it can have on us and what are the health benefits of fiber. So I wanted to talk about that today. So the first thing is to kind of define what fiber is. Well, fiber is a specific type of carbohydrate that's found in a variety of foods. But the thing is our body, we lack the ability to actually digest these things. And so they basically pass through your digestive tract really unchanged. Now there's, as I've talked about before, certain gut bacteria, the gut buddies, that there are certain fibers that they can digest that we can't, that actually then is also beneficial for us. But really, fiber is broken down into two different types. There's soluble fiber, which means it basically dissolves in water. It forms kind of this gel-like material. It can actually slow down your digestion. It's found in a variety of foods. And then there's insoluble fibers, and this means that really it doesn't dissolve in water. It actually promotes movement of foods through your digestive tract. And it can also be found in foods. In fact, most fiber, regardless of the type, are found. Both types are found in a variety of foods. The big thing is you don't need to worry about, am I eating soluble versus insoluble fiber? You really just need to worry about, am I eating foods that are fiber-rich foods? And that's really how you're going to get the best health from it. So let's talk a little bit about what are the health benefits of fiber. Well, obviously most people associate fiber with just regular bowel movements, and then this is true, but it can do a lot more than just impact your bowel movements. First thing it does is it has a tremendous impact on basically your gut health, and it has that impact because of the gut bacteria. So remember, your gut contains multiple types of different bacteria, and there's the good bacteria. They help us with our digestion, overall health, and the fiber is really something that's really important to these. These are gut buddies because this has helped sustain them. So you need to make sure you're supporting the gut flora, healthy gut flora, and one of those ways is through fiber. And what happens is this gut flora will use fiber to produce other nutrients we need, and one of those things are short chain fatty acids. So the short chain fatty acids, they help reduce inflammation, they help support a healthy weight, and they lower risk factors for many chronic illnesses. So these are things that are produced by the gut bacteria, but they need fiber to do that. So very beneficial to have fiber to help support your gut health. Now, I already said about bowel movements, and a high fiber diet does ensure that you have regular bowel movements, but it also can help prevent constipation. This is because, as you absorb water, it increases the bulk of your stool, softens it, and fiber helps kind of do that for you. So it basically increases the bulk of stool, making it easier for you to pass through with a higher water content. So it's very important to have fiber just for the regular bowel movements. Now, we already talked about the different types of fiber, and a lot of supplements are broken down into different types depending on what you want. But really remember that fiber that increases the water content in your stool will relieve constipation. So as on the other side, fiber that adds to the dry mass of your stool without increasing the water really will help relieve diarrhea, but can also lead to constipation. So, fiber is important for your health, but you got to have the right kind of fiber. And I advocate fiber through good, whole foods, not in the form of supplements, but sometimes you need to take supplements to get adequate fiber intake. But the important thing is to really try to ensure your fiber through a regular diet. Now, fiber actually can help lower the risk of type 2 diabetes. And this is interesting because there's a lot of studies that basically showed that if you ate more than 26 grams of fiber every day, you can reduce your risk of diabetes by at least 18%. And that's, important because A little uncertain why this is, but one of the beliefs is because eating the true fiber-based foods, the whole foods, these are generally healthy and low glycemic index foods, and so they're going to really not have much of an impact on your on a blood sugar or blood sugar spike. So it may be the whole foods we're eating that contain a high fiber that's reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Another thing that fiber helps, it helps with our cholesterol level. So soluble fiber will help lower your LDL, the bad cholesterol levels. There's a review of a bunch of studies that show basically consuming 2 to 10 grams of soluble fiber daily can reduce your total cholesterol by 1.7 milligrams and your LDL cholesterol by 2.2. So fiber is good in helping control your cholesterol levels. Another health benefit of fiber is to lower your risk of heart disease. So, according to a review, your risk of heart disease reduces by about 9% for every 7 grams of fiber you eat every day. So this is partly due to fiber's ability to reduce the LDLs and cholesterol, like we already talked about. But another study found that a high fiber diet is linked to a 40% lower risk of coronary heart disease. Also, high fiber intake has been linked to a lower risk of metabolic syndromes, a combination of factors that increases your risk of developing heart disease and diabetes. These factors include high blood pressure, unhealthy weight, high insulin levels, high LDLs, and low level HDLs, or the good cholesterol. So fiber has an impact on quite a bit of things in the body. So one other aspect of the healthy benefits of fiber is weight loss support. It's interesting because fiber can actually help you lose weight, and that's important to understand. One study found that a group that ate at least 30 grams of fiber daily without any other dietary changes lost a significant amount of weight. And in fact, they lost almost as much weight as the group on a more complex diet involving calorie, fat, salt, and sugar reduction. So fiber and weight loss is really beneficial and helpful. And really the effects, of fiber-rich foods, how does it impact your weight loss? Well, first of all, they fill you up faster and they keep you full longer. Fiber basically, they contains low calories and they can reduce the caloric absorption from other foods. So kind of that bulking of the bowel content. Fiber prevents insulin spikes that can cause excessive hunger, cravings, or poor energy. So these are some things that help. Fiber helps us to reduce our weight. There was a study that showed that doubling your fiber intake can help reduce your daily calorie intake by 90 to 130 calories, and that will translate to 9 to 13 pounds reduction in your weight over a year. So that's simply having more fiber in your diet. And then along the lines of weight loss, fiber also helps you maintain a healthy weight. It's helpful in losing weight, but then also helping us keep that healthy weight. They found that people who eat more fiber tend to be leaner. Normal weight and overweight people also have been found to consume more fiber than obese people. So there are some animal studies that show that fiber, the impact of weight and weight maintenance is beneficial when you have a high fiber diet. Another benefit of fiber is it can lower the risk of certain cancers. So many studies have linked high fiber intake with a lower risk of colon and breast cancer. For example, a study showed that every 10 grams of fiber you eat reduces your risk of colon cancer by 10% and breast cancer by 5%. So, fiber is very beneficial in helping prevent cancers, specifically kind of digestive cancers. So any kind of cancers, that include the mouth, stomach, pharynx, or the bowels themselves, fiber is believed to help reduce the risk of cancer there. Fiber acts as a natural detox, so it helps kind of in bulking the stool. It also traps things in with that, and basically it allows your body to pass certain toxins through your digestive system without it being absorbed. So there's some benefits there. Also, fiber can help support bone health, specifically soluble fiber, because it's known as a probiotic. It is shown to help improve calcium absorption from your foods, and this can help maintain and even improve your bone density. Overall, fiber has been shown to increase your lifespan. So researchers recently found that consistently consuming enough fiber can lower your risk of death from any cause by up to 19%. So really, there's lots of evidence to show the value of fiber. We should make sure we're getting enough fiber, and hopefully we're getting that through kind of the whole foods, natural foods versus supplements. So how much is enough fiber? So traditionally, a male that's below the age of 50, they should get about 38 grams a day. Males above the age of 50, about 30 grams. Females below 50, about 25 grams. And females above 50, about 21 grams per day of fiber. So that's kind of the amount of fiber you should be working for. If you look at the fiber your intake you have, most Americans are not consuming enough fiber. So I would really encourage you to try to increase your fiber intake. So what are some examples of foods that contain fiber? Well, a cup of passion fruit has 25 grams. A cup of raspberries has 8 grams. A cup of blackberries has 8 grams. So a lot of fruits that we can get that add fiber to our diet. Vegetables, there's artichokes, lima beans. Those are about 9 grams per cup. Green peas, 8 grams per cup. Sweet potatoes, half a cup, about 4 grams. You can get it in nuts and seeds, like chia seeds, about an ounce is 10 grams. Pumpkin seeds, an ounce is 5 grams. Whole grains, shredded wheats, things like that also have a good source of fiber. Now, there are, refined or processed foods like canned fruits and pasta. They don't contain a lot of fiber. So this is important to understand that a lot of the processing of food, most of the fiber is being removed during that process. And so that's why I talk about eating kind of the whole food diets, real food, grown food versus processed food. Now, obviously, we're talking about getting more fiber in your diet. But obviously, as you do that, like I said, it can have a lot of impact on your gut health. And so if you don't want to go from just a little bit of fiber to a whole bunch of fiber overnight, because that's going to really cause you a lot of discomfort, abdominal bloating and cramping, things like that. And that's because your gut flora is trying to really adapt to this change in the fiber content. So it's one of those things you want to kind of take slowly. And then the next question is it possible to have too much fiber? And I guess, yeah, it's like anything, it's possible to have too much, but it'd be really hard to really get too much when you're talking, kind of whole foods, not just supplements. If you're working to get your fiber through real food, the whole food, it's going to be hard to get too much, but it is possible. So, if you get more than that 50 grams a day, you may have some kind of bloating, you may have gas pains, some diarrhea. But again, the important thing is to just give your body time to adjust and adapt to increasing your fiber intake. So again, there are supplements you can use for fiber, but in general, the whole foods are better for you. The fiber supplements do come in a variety of forms: powder, chewable tablets, wafers, multiple different ways. And sometimes you will get them prescribed to you for issues of constipation or irritable bowel. So I'm not telling you that you should never take a supplement of fiber, but if you're just trying to promote good health and wellness, you should try to really make sure you're getting that fiber in your diet through that kind of the whole food, natural foods. So really, that's about it for today. Is just remember the impact on what you're eating on your health and wellness can be great, and I think fiber is one of those things that we underestimate the value of what it does for us. So I encourage you to pay attention to this and really try to make sure you're consuming enough of that natural fiber really promote good health, gut health. Anyway, remember, it's your health and your wellness, so do what you must. But remember, when it comes to eating and nutrition, you control what you put in your mouth. So remember, you got this. Thank you.